Autocrats are like romaine lettuce. They're everywhere, and every so often they go on a killing spree. Which is why I want to spend a little time focusing on the Philippines, because Indians and Filipinos, we're pretty much the same. I'm serious, we're like this. We love family, religion, transition lenses, giving our kids bowl cuts, and we are both brought to you by Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow, the Philippines are holding their midterm elections. And you know how in America, politics is like sports? It's all about matchups. Trump versus Hillary, Pete versus Beto, Biden versus women's shoulders. In the Philippines, it's the same thing, except their politicians literally play basketball against each other.
Number 21, Director Manny Pangladen. Number 17, City Prosecutor Nonilon Tagalikod. Number 19, Director Homer Alinsug.
Boy, is this the Philippines? Or the 24-hour fitness in San Jose? Because I have definitely played with Goggles Guy. His name is Alfonso. He never passes the ball, and he can't go left. Now, normally, midterms act as a check on the president's power, but there is nothing normal about President Rodrigo Duterte.
Hitler massacred 3 million Jews. There is 3 million drug addicts. I'd be happy to slaughter him.
If you are corrupt, I will fetch you using a helicopter to Manila, and I will throw you out. Are there women? Are they holding guns? Shoot them in the vagina.
Fuck you.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a president. That sounds like someone who stole your parking spot at Costco. You'd be like, hey man, you're in my spot. And he's like, fuck you. In the last 3 years, Duterte has presided over a brutal drug war cracking down on shabu, or crystal meth. And let's just say, his tactics are pretty extreme.
My campaign against drug will not stop until the last pusher and the last drug lord are...
Oh my God. He beheads drug dealers like a Looney Tunes ISIS video? Why does it sound like Donald Duck joined the Islamic State? Just... Now, estimates vary, but according to the Philippine Commission on Human Rights, since Duterte took office in 2016, the death toll from extrajudicial killings could be as high as 27,000. That is horrific. Here in America, we don't kill our drug dealers, okay? We have the decency to name museums after them. The human cost of Duterte's war is appalling, and suspected drug dealers aren't the only victims. Other Filipinos are getting caught in the crossfire. Over 1,000 civilians were killed in the Philippines in 2018, more than Iraq, Somalia, or the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's been called the worst human rights crisis in the Philippines in almost 50 years. Here's what's even more shocking. As the body count rises, so does Duterte's popularity. According to a recent poll, Duterte's approval rating is as high as 81%. Probably because he killed the other 19%. But a lot of Filipinos support Duterte because he cuts taxes, provides free college tuition, and invests in infrastructure. Even if people are being rounded up and killed without trial, they'll be like, hey, at least he's tough on crime. And tomorrow, more candidates like Duterte are poised to win. 12 Senate seats are up for grabs, and 7 of the most popular candidates are backed by Duterte. So let's look at his starting lineup. First off, we have Imee Marcos, the daughter of Ferdinand Marcos, who ruled the Philippines as a brutal dictator for 2 decades. During that time, her dad allegedly embezzled $5 to $10 billion, and her mom used some of that money to buy 3,000 pairs of shoes. Now, I don't know why people think that's such a big deal. That's a healthy collection. What do you have, the Jordan 11s but not the 12s? You gotta have the whole collection. But Imee Marcos has dad's dictator DNA. In a default judgment, a US court said that in 1977, Imee Marcos had a college student tortured and killed for asking her a question at a public forum. You know, just a politician with literal skeletons in her closet. Also running for Senate is Bongo, who's Duterte's special assistant. Bongo is known for one thing.
Go is known as a national photo bomber because of his reputation for taking selfie-style photos during Duterte's most historic moments.
Bongo, quit being that thirsty friend. Ask people if they want to be in the picture. You're like Filipino Cory Booker. Look at all the selfies. Trudeau, Obama, Trump, and a mannequin at H&M. Bongo was like, come on, let's take a picture. And then Duterte put his arm around the mannequin. He just naturally gravitates towards the nearest dead body. Now, Bongo also has his own line of sneakers called Bongo 3-Point King. It's straight up big baller Bongo brand, Quattro Bis. Can you imagine If our presidential sidekicks had signature shoes, no one is rocking air Kushners except for Netanyahu. Now, another favorite for Senate is Bato de la Rosa, the former head of Duterte's Philippine National Police.
Another night and another killing in the Philippine government's war on drugs. Ronald Bato de la Rosa, nicknamed The Rock, was chief of police during the killings. He's widely regarded as the architect of the controversial drug war operations.
Yeah, he's the brilliant architect behind the drug war, so he's basically the Frank Lloyd Wright of killing everyone, everywhere, all the time. These are the candidates expected to gain power tomorrow, which would mean voters are co-signing Duterte's bloody drug war through 2022. And this deadly crackdown isn't just brutal, it's ineffective. It hasn't stopped the flow of drugs. In many neighborhoods, crystal meth is actually getting cheaper and more accessible. Duterte's war hasn't addressed the root of the problem.
Duterte has exaggerated the drug problem in the Philippines to justify an inhumane war, one that doesn't even address what experts say is the main cause of drug use: poverty, which afflicts more than 20% of the population. Instead, his aggressive drug war has mainly targeted the urban poor.
Critics say the war on drugs has mostly hit small-time users and dealers, while the kingpins are still at large. But Duterte's administration doesn't seem to care about the human cost.
You don't sound terribly compassionate to people who might be poor and innocent. I mean, why is a victim any less credible than a police officer?
In the process. In other words, those are collateral damages. I mean, if they're shooting each other and then suddenly a passerby, an innocent one, poor one, dies, I don't think you can blame that to the police.
He's like, hey, you can't make an omelet without shooting a few eggs execution style. Comes with the territory. Now, some Filipinos are standing up to Duterte, people like journalist Maria Ressa.
I've been arrested twice in 5 weeks, detained once. And the only thing I've done, my only crime, is to be a journalist, to speak truth to power.
But it can't just be journalists. The Philippines need politicians courageous enough to stand up to Duterte, like Senator Leila de Lima. She has spoken out against Duterte's drug war, so Duterte threw her in jail.
They think they can silence me. They think I will stop fighting what I believe in for truth and justice, for the daily killings. It is an honor for me to go to prison for what I believe in.
Senator de Lima was locked up for 2 years before she got a trial. Tomorrow's midterm election isn't likely to change much, which is upsetting. I told you, I feel a deep connection to Filipinos. I love transition lenses, bowl cuts, and Jollibee. But this, that's not the answer.